And what is going on, everyone on YouTube? Mark Gaming TV coming at you with a reaction video. This time we are doing a reaction video to the WWE pay-per-view that just concluded, Clash in Paris. And I will say, to WWE's credit, they did a fantastic job with how the pay-per-view went. Part of me was skeptical based on the matches and the match card that I saw beforehand. Part of me was skeptical, was this really going to be a good pay-per-view? But there were a lot of twists and turns that I don't think many people were anticipating. And one of the biggest twists and turns took place after the first match, which the first match we had was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. And it was a very good match. I'd say easily a second or third best match of the evening. Roman Reigns did get the win and got to get his shoe followed back from Paul Heyman, who, by the way, got choked out by Roman Reigns, which I thought was funny as hell. I always love it when the Walrus gets comeuppance for what he did to, Roman Reigns and to CM Punk and to others. But unfortunately, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker weren't finished. They would end up double teaming Roman Reigns, possibly putting him on the shelf for a good bit length of time. I'd be very surprised if that injury wasn't for real. But I don't expect to see Roman Reigns back in action for a long time, just based off of that. And because of that, Adam Pearce told them, both Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they said, hey, if you come back to the arena tonight, you will be suspended indefinitely without pay. So you take Bronson Reed out of the equation. You take Braun Breaker out of the equation because they're both barred from the arena. You take Paul Heyman out of the equation because he was choked out by Roman Reigns. So you got to figure, well, Seth Rollins' chances now are not looking too good in the Fatal 4-Way in the main event. Of course, granted, his chances were improved a little bit, unfortunately, because Jey Uso, credit to him, he got involved because he's trying to help Roman Reigns' cousin out. But he ultimately paid for it and hurt his ribs a little bit. But it didn't seem to affect him too much in the main event. But I'm jumping ahead here. We'll get to that in a second. Second match of the evening, we saw the tag team match between the Wyatt Six and the Street Profits. Not really too much to talk about, and it was probably my least favorite match of the evening. So, Wyatt Six ended up retaining the gold, so not much to really talk about there. We'll move on to the next match. Next match, we saw the Women's Intercontinental Championship defended between Nikki Bella and the champion, Becky Lynch. Nikki Bella put up a pretty decent match. And, I mean, it wasn't a spectacular match, but I would definitely rate it ahead of the tag team match and stuff. But I would probably say it was the fifth of the sixth, just because the other four were just that much better. But I will rate it ahead of the tag team match. But Becky Lynch did retain the championship, so again, not much to say on there. Next match, and I will put this as probably the fourth of the sixth. We had Sheamus versus Rusev. These guys have been brawling for a lot in the past month, so to finally settle the differences, hopefully, that it was a no disqualification match in which I thought Sheamus was honestly going to get the win. I thought they were going to let Sheamus get the nod in this match, but to my surprise, they actually gave it to Rusev, but both competitors gave a pretty good match overall. It was pretty much what you wanted to see when it came to a street fight, no disqualification type match. So, pretty good match build up there, and pretty good match overall there. Next match we had would probably be in my second, if not first, of the two matches that are the best. We had John Cena versus Logan Paul, and I was nervous heading into this match because I was thinking, man, if it's going to make this a squash match, there's not going to be much to it. John Cena's on his retirement tour. I get that. He's trying to get booked with some of the best talent, but I figured this is going to be a squash match, and then Brock Lesnar's going to come out and attack him again. But to WWE's credit and to Logan Paul's credit, this was not a squash match. John Cena did get the win, but they were throwing finishers at each other. They were throwing signatures at each other. They were throwing other wrestler moves at each other. So, to WWE's credit and to Logan Paul's credit, the match in itself was actually a very good match. I'd say easily top three in the match is probably, I put it second best. I put Roman and Bronson Reed as third best. I put John Cena and Logan Paul as second best, if not the best. The other match you'd have to consider for the top two spot would be, of course, the main event with the championship fatal four-way between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. As mentioned, Jey Uso was heading into this match a little bit hurt because he was helping out Roman Reigns after he got assaulted. So Jey Uso's ribs were hurt a little bit, but to his credit, great job in the match. And finally, it looked like CM Punk was just about to win his first title and keep it, by the way. It was actually going to be his second, but his first real title that he actually gets to keep. And it looked like it was finally going to be it when out of nowhere, someone random low blows CM Punk when CM Punk was about to put Seth to sleep with the GTS. Come to find out, it was Seth's wife, Becky Lynch. I think the message here is simple. The most dangerous card you can have as a WWE superstar is the one you love or your significant other. In Seth Rollins' case, of course, that is Becky Lynch. So, Seth Rollins definitely had a plan in his back pocket, and it was Becky Lynch. This also opens up the possibility that Becky Lynch could be joining the Vision. We'll have to see how that goes. You know, could Becky Lynch join the Vision as the only women on the team? You know, definitely possible, but we do know that Becky Lynch has Seth's back. So, other than that, though, and I hate the way that it ended just because of that, but should have figured that Seth wasn't going to win cleanly. Of course, it's hard to win clean when you got a fatal four-way, so you really can't say too much about that. But overall, none of the titles changed hands. And other than the Rusev match, everything went about the way I expected it to go overall. Hopefully we'll hear some updates on Roman Reigns in the next couple of weeks. But I do suspect, again, he's probably going to be out of action for a good length of time. He is, I think, shooting a film in the next little bit. So, again, look for Roman to be out of action for a good length of time. But other than that, that's pretty much what went down in Clash of Paris. Let me know what you guys thought about Clash of Paris in the comments below. Any comments about the pay-per-view? And if you guys would like any suggestions as to where WWE could be going with some of these rivalries in the future. And keep it tuned because the next reaction video that you will see will not be until Monday morning or Monday evening. Probably Monday evening now that I'm thinking about it. And it will be the Southern 500 reaction video, as well as the last remaining college football games. We're going to get those knocked out. Then Tuesday, we'll start looking at the college football slate for week number 2. But until then, guys, Mark Gaming sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.